All right. Okay, we're gonna see how long we can go. Pretty tired, so. Oh shit. Oh. I think we're pretty close here. Start rendering. Panel's all done. The panel's all done. Oh, we gotta cut out the dots. I'm gonna cut out Cliffy's head, and we gotta paste in all the proper colors. All right. Let's just focus up, make it happen. Yo, man, what's up? I need to go watch that Carla stream. Tried catching it, but out of phone date already. Oh man. Yeah. Me and Vinny kind of ranted a little bit. Just a touch. I don't know. Did you see my Red Rooster video? It's a little, you know. You did. Just sick of the shit, man. Sick of the shit. Because, I mean, you know, guys like you, you've been working on Okurino for a while now. Building your platform, networking, going on streams, commissioning artwork from Rob fucking Willis. You know what I'm saying, dude? Just doing all the hard work. Getting shit done. Eating all the ramen. I didn't know you were the first one, or first to get one at Walmart. Yeah. The second I heard they were going to be there, I went out that day. It was like near the beginning of COVID. I was there in my mask, dude. It was so uncomfortable. But yeah, like I got it and then posted a picture on Twitter. And then after that, posted my video of going to Walmart and getting it. And like no one else had it. I mean, I might not be the first one, but definitely the first one I heard of. Pretty safe to say I was the first one, but I don't know. Regardless, got it immediately right when it hit the stores. Like literally right when it hit the stores. Those books had probably been on the shelf for a couple hours, and I bought one, and then, you know, shared a picture of it on Twitter. But it's mind-blowing when I really think about it, like how you can crowdfund hundreds of thousands of dollars from people and then just take that money and start a company, and then take the product that was promised to those people, put it in fucking Walmart. Jesus Christ, dude. That's such a fucking slap in the face to your backers. Yeah, if you want to talk shit about CG, let them, but don't hurt your backers. Well, see, that's the thing. It's not that they're talking shit about CG. They're not talking about CG. And it's like, I don't know which one's worse. If they actually came out and said, yeah, people in Comicsgate were mean to us, you know, because we can at least do battle with that. You know what I mean? We could be like, yeah, really mean to you, like $200,000 mean. You know what I mean? We can at least like combat that narrative, but there is no narrative. The way that interview was framed was that, like, you know, they're worried that, you know, people out there in the comics world will get the wrong idea because they were friendly with some toxic subgroup within comics. Like, what the fuck? Are you serious, dude? Some toxic subgroup that spent $200,000 to help you start that little fucking company? You grifting little prick. You skeevy little twerp. Are you fucking serious right now? I'm so tired of just like people that were part of Comicsgate that literally survived off the largesse of people that don't even know them. Have the fucking balls to act that way. It's fucking striking, dude. It's like that's all I can. That's the only thing I come up with. Skeevy little twerp, dude. I think the silence isn't worse, but shows they don't really care. He also hated the YouTube thing in general. He never wanted that part, but he didn't have to run away with the money. Yeah, see, you know, I fully get that, dude. Like, I get that. See, I'm not this way. I'm not this way. I'm not an introvert. I'm not like shy on camera. I'm not like quiet, you know, like sounds really fucking conceited, but I gave the valedictory at my college. I'm used to standing in front of people and talking. I give big marketing and sales presentations in front of dozens of people, selling ideas. You know, like, I'm not that type of artist that is introverted and shy and shit. It's not me. Speaking in front of people doesn't bother me. As you can see, when I'm on stream, 98% of the time, my cam's on. I'm not like hiding behind it. And you know, that's not to like, I'm not dissing anybody who doesn't want to be on cam. That's totally fine, dude. It's cool. Whatever you're comfortable with. I mean, you know, do whatever is in your comfort zone. I'm cool with that. I'm just saying I'm not that guy. You know what I mean? I'm not the one. I'm not shy. But I'm different. You know what I'm saying? Like there are a lot of people that hate that YouTube model where it's like, I gotta be a YouTube celebrity to sell my fucking book. Liam hates it too. He said as much. You know, having to build a marketing platform, because that's really what it is. It's a springboard. It's a marketing platform to, you know, to let your customer know when your book is going to be out, get them hyped about it, get them talking about it, get them seeing little previews of it, having other artists on. You know, there's a whole, it's a swirling ecosystem of awareness, you know. That's just part of the business model we're subjected to with crowdfunding. Because, you know, it's one of those things like, how do people know your product exists? Well, in general, people know of a product because you spend money on advertising. Okay, well, you spend money on advertising, you're not gonna make fucking anything on your comic. You know, the margin's so thin already. I mean, shit. I mean, think of it this way, dude. Like, you know, if you pay a penciler let's say $120 a page. It's a, you know, fair market rate for pages for penciling. $120 a page. Let's say it's only a 24-page comic. All right. Let's do some math redo here. All right. So calculator. All right. So let's say $120 a page. Let's just say we did a small 24-page book, 24 pages. Okay, that's $2,800 just for pencils. Let's say you're lucky enough to get an artist who works digital and pencils and inks kind of at the same time. Let's say you give him $140 a page because he's kind of doing rough layouts and then inking right over top of it. You know, let's see. So let's say $140 a page times 24 pages. Okay, so that's $3,300. That's just to get it drawn. Okay, so $3,360. Let's say you give your colorist, I don't know, fucking middle of the road, middle ballpark, $75 a page. 75 times 24 pages, $1,800 plus 33. Okay, so you're at $5,160 and you haven't even gone to print yet. I don't know what Eric Weathers charges to letter, but let's say it's $20 a page. I don't know. So $5,160. Let's just say it's $20 a page. $20 times 24 pages plus $5,160. Okay, so you're at $5,640 and you haven't done shit yet but get the pencils, inks, colors, letters. Okay, now the art is done. So now you got to assemble the book in InDesign or an Illustrator, one of the two. So you're going to need an editor. If you're not the editor, you're going to need to know how to assemble the book. So let's just say you are. We'll keep that expense out. So you're an editor. You edit your book, you put it together in InDesign, and then you send the print file to the printer. So you're at $5,600 right now. You send it to the printer, and let's say you got, I don't know, 350 backers. So you're gonna print at least 700 books. So that print job is probably going to cost you $3,000. I would imagine $3,000, good stock. 24 pages, 700 copies. You're probably looking about 3K. So let's just say 3,000, right? Let's just say 3,000. So you're at $8,600, $8,640. You haven't shipped it yet. You got to make $8,640 just to go to print. These people don't understand, dude. You think, like, you know, like, if you fuck up at all, you have no margin. None. Zero. I mean, dude, buying Gemini mailers, bubble wrap, and fucking tape costs you a couple $100. You know what I mean? Are you gonna pay somebody to help you pack them, or are you gonna pack them yourself? Well, if you're on razor thin margins like this, you're probably gonna pack them yourself. So let's say with the shipping and the shipping materials, let's say you're at, let's say $1,800. That's a little high, but you know, $10,000, $10,440. Just ballpark spitballing, fucking throwing numbers out my ass. And that's for a 24-page book with 350 backers. And you're going to print 700 copies, so you have a little bit of back stock, because God only knows that 3% of them are going to get fucked up in shipping. So, you know what I mean? The very idea that you're going to make a lot of money in comics in the indie scene, no, you're not. Not at least initially. You're not going to. You're gonna have a tough road. You're gonna build a fan base. You're gonna produce a book, your first book, on razor thin margins. You're not gonna make shit. You're gonna do it for the love of it, and you're gonna build your fan base, and then you're gonna make $30,000 on your next book. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna bring in $14K on the first one, grinding hard, going on every single show, networking with all the other big CG creators because you're a cool fucking guy. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to help you because you've been very helpful to them. And then, you know, you deliver a book. Next book you do, people are like, yeah, this guy, he delivers. Yeah, this guy's fucking awesome. I'm here because I want to make stories that have been stuck in my head for years. I'm not here for the money, though it would be nice. Exactly my point. That is exactly right. Exactly right. You know, we all can't be Ethan Van Sciver. We can't. We can try, and through hard work, honing our craft, busting our ass, learning how to entertain people, getting people excited about our product, getting people excited about, you know, the next thing. You can do it. You can do it. How bad do you want it? That's the question. Because most things all come down to that, right? How bad do you want it? Do you want to get you want to be a bodybuilder? Well, it's not anything extraordinary, right? I mean, I heard somebody say, a bodybuilder once. He said, "Look, this isn't hard." He's like, bodybuilding is something that anyone can do. It's something that can make the ordinary person look extraordinary. How bad do you want it? So, how bad do you want it? What are you willing to sacrifice to make all them gains? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Say, man, you want to build some muscle, man? That's good. That's real good. Let's quote the Hodge twins. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to want it, man. You just got to want it. And not let anybody ever tell you can't. Don't ever let anybody tell you you can't. So I respect the hell out of anybody out there hustling, trying to get out there, trying to, you know, work their ass off, networking with people. Like I said, going on each other's streams, doing fan art for one another, maybe throwing in a cover here and there if you're an artist to friends of yours. You know what I mean? Not everything always results in a payoff. Not everything always results in a kickback or something. Sometimes you get paid in exposure. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, perfect example. My page rate on Xenotype is very competitive. I knew Liam had a tight budget. So, you know, I'm the type of guy that's willing to work within those parameters. You know? So I'm getting paid very well and promptly and all that, no complaints. Liam's actually a great guy to work for. You know, but I'm getting a bigger paycheck in exposure because, you know, Liam's out there all the time on people's shows and grinding, pushing, and all that stuff. So, you know, Xenotype gets a lot of exposure. One of the biggest comics coming out of Australia. And I'm the colorist. Hey, look at that. So sometimes you just got to recognize the other benefits. You know what I mean? Because they aren't always monetary. Sometimes it's just association. Is that part of it? Fuck, I don't think that's part of it. I think that's a rain line. It is a rain line. God damn it. So I did go on a rant, though. I was very ranty today. That's the only thing that can kind of embarrass me is whenever I rant too hard. And I don't even think I really ranted that hard. It's, you know, I don't want to troll the internet for rage clicks. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm about. But after reading that interview and buying you know, Red Rooster 2 on Walmart.com when it got there and it was all fucked up. You know, it was in a bubble bag. I knew it was gonna be fucked whenever I got it. I saw it was in a bubble bag. I'm like, oh shit. I saw it and I'm like, oh cool. And I went like this. Oh fuck. There's no board in there. That book's gonna be fucked. Only time it bothers me is when it's fake or no reason. That shit is understandable. I actually want a refund. That's hard to do. Yeah, dude. I've never asked for a refund ever. And I can fully understand why anybody would want one. I mean, and you know, one of the big tragedies of this whole thing, one of the big tragedies of the whole scenario is Mitch Breitweiser's art is fucking great. Some people have talked shit about it. Some people have said some stuff. No, I'm sorry. He is a skilled artist. His work is fucking amazing. It's so lifelike. It's so energetic. The lines jump off the page. The colors, they have this rustic kind of a like low saturation, but yeah, very classic and timeless. Yes. Yeah. Feels like I'm reading a graphic novel from the 30s or some shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just a period piece. And, you know, that's the biggest fucking thing. Well, not the biggest, but that is a big thing. That's a big tragedy. Is his art is incredible. Some of the best I've ever seen. You know, and some people have said, you know, oh, it's not for me. I don't really care for it. I don't really like that style. That's cool. That's cool. I'm fine with that, you know. Just like any other thing. We're free to disagree with each other. But someone with a trained eye, like myself, I look at his art and I go, that man knows how to draw. It's not just his shit looks cool. He knows how to draw. He knows how to make marks in certain rhythms and patterns and shape languages to make them look like figures, but those figures have energy, life, and movement, and all that. Yeah, very much with a purpose. Very much with a purpose. Everything he draws is intentional. And, you know, I haven't read book 2 yet. I will need to. I'm not going to read it ahead of Blood Hunt, though. I promised. I recorded my unboxing of Blood Hunt, and I need to record a review of Blood Hunt. Because Simon deserves that. Simon works his fucking balls off. All the time. All the time. Dude, I don't understand how he does it. Every time I turn around, there's a new piece of fan art from somebody I've never heard of before. And I'm like, oh wait, I have heard of that person. You know, just, he works on everybody else's projects. He works on his projects. He's delivered Blood Hunt. I'm very proud to be his colorist on Natverse. Or Nat the Merc. I always get confused which one it is. I'll get it nailed down once I get started, but you know, I'm really proud to color his stuff. You know, did you ever see that Nat pinup that I started to color for him? I'll show you. So about a year ago, like right around the time when I started Xenotype, forget exactly when, but a long time ago, Sim sent me some line art to play around with. And these are my colors over Sim. This is like this thing's only like half done or something like that, but like, you know, that's my cut and grad style over Sim's lines. So I did this crazy pink background, this bisexual lighting background. I wanted to reflect these colors, this complementary color tone into his arm metal, but you know, haven't rendered the body, but the legs and the suit and all that stuff. But you know, but yeah, makes his art look good. Nice blend. Hey, what did you think of those 2 blue line panels I posted in the group? Everyone seemed to react well. Oh yeah, you know, I need to look at I think I looked briefly and I was like, I wanted to give you a good answer. I didn't want to just fire something off. Let me take a look here. Let us take a look. Let's see. That would be right there. Okay. Every hero has their weakness. Is that what it says? Every hero has their vulnerable side. I love the line work. It's beautiful. Wow. The feeling in the demon's face. Bruce is getting into the character stuff finally. I'm pretty stoked. Yeah. That is nice. It'd be interesting to see how that's inked. A shame none of us can see what you're looking at. Oh. I mean, can I show? I don't know if I can show this. What's up, Studio Merc? I didn't want to just like, you know what I mean? Because it's shared in a private group. So if Woody says I can share it, then I can put it on the screen, but you know. It's all good if you want to pop it up. All right. Yeah, I just didn't want to like, you know. I don't like to share shit I'm not supposed to share, you know what I mean? You can be safe like that. People don't trust you. All right. Okay. Yeah, man. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, Blue Line Roughs. But I mean, the emotion in her face and that look, just the delicate touch, the hand on the backside of the head. You can't see the hand, but the pad of the thumb, just not quite grazing the cheekbone there. The soft touch, it tells of, I don't know, tells of a preciousness between these two. The eye being trimmed off slightly here, that slightly upward glance. Yeah. And then turning away. Departing. A little bit of sadness there. Maybe wondering if she's going to see him again. Or the realization that they can't be together because of who he is. What his line of work is. You know? The sorrow. Having to let go. Yeah. Yeah, y'all should be signing NDAs and contracts when working on professional projects. Glad people seem to like it. It's a roller coaster of emotions working on art full time. Yeah. Yeah, word. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. NDAs are necessary sometimes, for sure. You know. Protect your IP, you know what I mean? Alright, I need to render some shit. I'm getting a little tired of fucking splattering this, hitting all these fucking little dots and stuff. I gotta clip them out of the mask. Alright, so let's just repaste. Non-contiguous. Let's see, we're gonna get Robin's eye color here. And Robin's and Felix's eyes are the same. Yep. All right. We'll trim the rest of this later. Someone should tell Liam we need an artist edition of Xenotype with no text and only line work. All right. Now we need to get Felix's hair. That should got them all. And now we need Felix's hoodie. Okay. So when I get this back from the flatter, he's got my colors, but, you know, I just make sure they're consistent with mine because color shifts sometimes happen, and as you can see, that's definitely the case. And Robin's shirt. Yeah, her shirt's way off. All right. And Robin's book is actually not green. It is orange. And the pages are this color. There we go. And her hair. It's a little light, a little yellow. There we go. It's more like it. All right. We'll get a save here. All right, let's magic wand. We need a non-contiguous magic wand. Boom. Let's get a magic wand there. And a magic wand there. So we got all the hair. Now let's paste. There we go. So now that hair mask is opened up. We need all the skin now. Let's get back on the flats layer. Boom, all the skin. Yep. Let's paste that on the mask. Boom, all the masks opened up. All right. Let's do some hair. So we're going to do the shadow parts of Felix's hair. And we're simply just going to follow the rendering. But first, we're going to look at where the light source is coming from. I don't need you to add me. I'm already there. Don't worry about it. Oh, the mailing list. There you go. DM group. Okay, so it looks, just looking under the chin here, we've got this heavy shape here. That's a dark, that's where the light is being blocked. We got these lines here that are cutting across and then casting onto the shoulder. So that tells me the light is coming from the left side. And it's consistent here, here, here. So from the left side. So that means the right sides of all of our leaves of hair is going to get the shadow. So underneath here. And then probably just going to include this whole thing. Just put that all in shadow. All right. Same thing. We're just going to follow the lead from the rendering here. Okay. We're going to fix that. Went a little horsey there. We don't need to stay right on the rendering. As a matter of fact, it's kind of boring when you do. All right, little shadow shapes. Yo, what's up, Felix? How you doing, buddy? All right. And now we're gonna creep up the side of the head here. Okay. Oh, we're gonna hug the right side there. Okay. We're gonna keep all those pieces in there. All right, let's work our way down. Just defining some of these leaves. Okay. Now we're just gonna fill with white. Boom. To reveal the shadow. Now we need to make a sequential selection. And we need it to be all at once in order for the technique to look right. Okay. Okay, so now we have a sequential selection all the way across. We're gonna grab a little piece here. All right, so now we need a soft round brush. We don't want it to be bigger than our selection here. And on the highlights, we're going to go down to about 30% flow, and we're just gonna paint straight across. What we're doing here is we're making a rim light. Now we're going to make this smaller. We're going to go up to 50%. Put a beam right down the middle here. And so what this does is this makes it look like there's a layer of highlighted hair sitting on the top of everything. So there you go. And we're going to do the same with this. We're just grabbing all the hair. So again, precision isn't important here. It's more cleanliness of lines and unlike that. Good curves. Hey, ladies. Give me them good curves. Oh, yeah. Let me hop all in those sugar walls. Don't really like that piece right there. All right, go onto the shadow layer and fill with white. Boom. There's our shadows. Now for highlights. So I'm kind of favoring one side. Too fat. We're gonna trim that. There we go. Okay, on the highlights layer, soft round brush, 30%. Right around the crown, 50%. What time is it? 9:52. Man, it fucking feels like it's like 2 in the morning for me right now. I'm feeling just wrecked. Mining is hard. That's right. Dude, you gotta get all the diamonds. What's up, Jim? Came here so you can tell me bedtime stories as I doze off. Okay. Okay. New comic book normie just subscribed. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the sub. Well, what kind of story do you want me to tell you, Jim? You give me a subject. Give me a subject to rant about. Not rant. A peaceful bedtime rant. Continue as you are. Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, because if you give me a topic, I can pretty much riff on that for a while. Peaceful bedtime rants. All you kids got your pillows? Yeah, it's time for a peaceful bedtime rant. Yay! Mostly peaceful, right? Mostly peaceful. There once was a man from Nantucket with a dick so long he could suck it. I think, whoa. Wait a minute. Sorry, that's not how that goes. Is it? Is that how that goes? I think it might be how it goes. No, it's my kind of bedtime story. If I knew it was going to be that kind of part, I'd stick my dick in the mashed potatoes. Was he related to the man from Boston who bought a little Austin? Wait, Aston? From Baston. Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it now. You got to say it with a Baston accent. Yeah. You see, they added more servers to our server group. We're now a full server set. No, wait, so our battle group grew? Which realms are part of our battle group now? I didn't think we were growing because we already have, it's already 4 of us. Our realm is now full. What? Wow. Well, which realms are part of ours? It's probably like fucking Sargeras and fucking hopefully it's not Illidan, dude. He had room for his ass and a gallon of gas. But his balls fell out and he lost them. Darkspear? Oh shit. 0809? Damn. There once was a man from Baston who bought a little Aston. He had no room for his ass and a gallon of gas, but his balls fell out and he lost them. Yeah, Woody, me and T-Hops were on Wildhammer. US Wildhammer. Which Wildhammer is connected to, well, was connected to Spinebreaker, Eridar, Gorefiend. It was Wildhammer, Spinebreaker, Gorefiend, and Eridar. Okay. Now for highlights. Yo, what's up, Sim? What's up, salmon? Sounds like I said salmon, but I didn't. I just said salmon. So it sounded the same, but it wasn't. It was different. Check my DMs. Damn, dude. It's a print for Sunsworn. Yeah. That's that pinup. Okay. So all of Felix's hair is done. We'll do some more trimming here. Watching you fill in hair highlights is so satisfying. I don't know why. Right? It really is. It really is. Once you get all the selections made, and then you just go, and it just makes it look 3D and like, yeah, dude, I agree. I love that technique when it's finished. Not sure. All that I'm finding is our server group, rather than being a server group, they made some kind of a population condensing, and all 4 of the servers from our group are now connected. They've always been connected. What? So rather than showing as a medium server of Wildhammer, we're now full servers, connected servers. That's weird. So we've always been connected realms. Not seeing what servers were apparently connected to ours. Epic notifications as usual. That's right. You know, Chuck, I'll tell you one thing. I went into my channel setup in YouTube. I went into channel, whatever, the little gear icon, and I went somewhere. It's some about YouTube notifications. I just enabled all of them, and now I'm getting fucking tidal waves of notos. And I'm like, shit, I'm probably gonna go turn them back up. What's up, Skip? So it may just be you have some kind of stringent rules on notifications. Yeah, I have it all set to all. Zangermarsh and Hellscream. Oh, okay. Great. Nobody we've ever played with ever. Why couldn't it be like realms we actually play with? Now I gotta remember that shit. Fuck. Zangermarsh and Hellscream. I guess that's pretty easy. Zangermarsh being that big fucking mushroomy place in Outland, and then Hellscream being Garrosh or Gromosh. So I could just think like big mushroomy place and Garrosh's family name. Spinebreaker, Wildhammer, Gorfine, Eridar, Zangermarsh, and Hellscream, our server group now. I mean, all right. Well, if you look at it this way, it's good for the auction house, you know what I'm saying? Well, I wonder how the economy is on those servers. What kind of economy we just got merged with. See, look at me. Look at me. You're like, hey, we're merged with another group. And I'm like, huh. Wonder if there's a bunch of broke assholes on that server. Keep up the good work, brother. Gotta watch the rest of Nightmare on Elm Street and draw some traditional pieces. I find that so relaxing. So you're gonna watch some horror while you draw. You fucking madman. All right, Sim. Love your face, brother. Have fun. Have fun watching your devil show. Your Freddy Krueger show. I'm such a pussy, dude. I can't watch horror. Even stupid horror like Freddy Krueger. Don't know, Savvy has apparently been making a killing cleaning out his old mats and shit from his banks. Really? Oh, that's right. You know what? Not Warhammer related, but I stopped at a yard sale today and saw a set of miniatures World War II heroes, and it was a tiny Hitler, Goebbels, Churchill, Eisenhower, etc. Weird. Well, we weren't talking about Warhammer. We were talking about Warcraft. Watch anything while I draw. No, sorry, I draw while I do everything. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Space Dandy. He's a dandy guy in space. I love that. That statement. Space Dandy. He's a dandy guy in space. We gotta rewatch them soon. Hell yeah, dude. I have them on Funimation. Some people, Warhammer, Warcraft, Minecraft are all the same things. True. 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 Yeah, Space Dandy's great. You know what? You know where my favorite place to go is? Boobies. It's all about the booty, baby. Watanabe is a genius. Oh, dude. Oh, fuck. This technique. I really wish it wasn't raining like all the time. Because in order for me to get this to look right, I gotta cover everything up, hyper contrast layer, and trim all the characters out. One of the directors that worked on the college project of Nat the Merc in 2008, 2009, worked on Space Dandy. He worked for Funimation. Wow. That's pretty badass. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go smoke and try to get a hold of Jen, see if she can keep my mind occupied for a while. Alright, well, tell Moon I said what up. Alright, so that's trimmed. Oh, we still gotta get these fucking dots. Trim the dots. Son of a bitch, all the fucking dots. I've got all these dots. Dots are all done. Done. That's all done. So, dots. Alright, we'll start on this side. We're gonna do some dots. We're gonna go fast. We're not gonna be precise. Because you know what? Print size? Can't tell anyway. Dude, can you believe that they're catching people who've been setting those fucking fires, dude? It's mind-blowing, man. Those little anarchist bastards would be that hell-bent on destabilizing America that they would set massive wildfires. I hope a lot of these people get very long prison sentences. Like so long that people go, fuck, I don't want to get caught and go through that. I don't want to spend 70 years in jail with no possible, you know. Just fucking throw the book at these people. There's nothing cool about setting a massive fire. Yeah, leftist syndicalists are communists. I want weird science to be real. I'd summon Frank Castle. Oh shit. Yeah. Punisher be handling shit. I mean, you know, dude, I just fucking seem to say this every stream. I'm not an advocate for violence, man. You know, my martial arts training, life experience taught me to be calm in the face of fucking extreme stress. People yelling at me in my face. As long as you don't put your hands on me, you can pretty much say whatever you want. Second you pop my bubble, my little force field that's all around my body, well, now the rules change. So we're now at the stage where my force field doesn't matter anymore. It's time to start expanding their minds. And when I say that, I mean expanding their minds by opening up side of their head and letting some of their gray matter get exposed to some oxygen. It's time for that. We're there now. We're there now. A lot of these little fuckers, they're past the point of redemption. Yo, what's up? Edwin the Ace. I mean, they're literally assaulting our way of life right now. These little terrorists. And our media is so fucked that they refuse to call them a little terrorist group. It really seems that way. Yeah, it really does. It really does. It really does. Media is on it, I think. Don't care how or why they seem complicit. Yeah, I think they are in on it. Well, bottom line, no matter where you line up politically, you can't. There's no denying the fact that this Trump derangement syndrome has got to go. Why did Paris kick off again? Is it some organized globalist plan? I would want to say yes, but it's kind of a foregone conclusion, man. It's the worst kept secret in the world that the media is fucking lying to us literally on a daily and hourly basis. Like it's not even up for debate. The mainstream media is garbage, yeah. And as far as France is concerned, the globalist bullshit, dude. I don't believe any of this is spontaneous. I don't believe any of this is just people rising up. Fucking no way. Coincides too heavily with other shit. That's what made me start leaning right. How crazy the left went. The Overton window moved. Yeah, moved me from centrist libertarian to right conservative type. See, that's the thing, man. I'm a classical liberal, man. I'm an anomaly of sorts, I guess. I don't know. All I can think is that I'm right on this. I feel right on this, on the way I feel. Because here's the thing. I hold property rights above and beyond nearly everything, right? Property rights is something that all rights stem from, because your very first piece of property that you're endowed with is your own body. You self-ownership, self-actualization, self-ownership. You own your physical body. Hasn't always been the case throughout history. Your classical liberal definition and my current conservative definition are probably pretty close. Yes. Because it's for me, hey, what's up, Frog G? For me, like the word liberal has been perverted. It's been turned into a pejorative, right? When in actual fact the word liberal in the classical sense just meant liberty minded, right? Liberty first, liberty on everything. Like, stay out of other people's business. Don't tell people how to live. And so, we run into this problem, the leftists definitely hijacked the term. We run into this problem where, right-wing authoritarianism and left-wing authoritarianism is the same shit to me. It's the same shit to me. If you're on the left and you want to take other people's wealth away because you don't feel they deserve it and use it for whatever other reason, you want to tax everybody into oblivion. You know, you want to restrict everything because you think that the environment is going to... Oh, Michael Bancroft is here. Yeah, deja vu. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this again, brother. You know, we're at this point where the terms don't make sense anymore. Lassoing raindrops was hoping for another chain link fence. Well, you got it. You got it, Buckaroo. All you got to do is ask. I'm gonna feed you. I'm gonna feed the baby birds. You know what I'm saying? I got a chain link fence all queued up for you, brother. Right now. You just wait. Look at that. Oh yeah, yeah. See that? That's good. That's real good. Real good. Gotta make all them gains. No, but you know. So liberty minded, okay? That's what I am. Liberty minded. So when people on the left want to tax you into oblivion, they want to take your property from you and redistribute it. And they want to, you know, they want to do all these extra constitutional things, create all these bureaucracies and bullshit that literally legislate you into fucking absolute, you know, destitution. You know, destroy the currency, corrupt people's minds into thinking that the state is supposed to take care of them. It's disgusting. That's what it is. That's right, true entertainer. That's right, Frog G. You gotta sometimes you gotta bend to the crowd. Sometimes, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But then authoritarianism on the right, you know, where, you know, we want to legislate morality, right? Well, you choose to marry a man and you're a man, you know, well, that goes against my moral beliefs as a Christian, so therefore you can't. Well, it gets back to property rights, right? If our first principles are derived from absolute liberty and property rights and the respect for property rights, well, being that your first piece of property that you're endowed with, your body is imbued with a soul from your creator, and it's your responsibility to be a good steward of that gift. Use it to its fullest, develop it, take care of it, nurture it, grow it, fill it with knowledge, and then use it for good, like serving others. Use it as a moral vessel, a vessel in which that does good as much as you possibly can. Endowed by a creator. That's right. Bancroft's telling us he has a massive cock. That's what he's saying. I can read between the lines. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're gonna be repelled by authoritarianism on the left or the right, we got to treat it equally. It's got to be equally abhorrent to want to legislate people's behavior or take away their wealth. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. You can't say, I want to keep what I earn and I want you commies to get out of my pocket, and in the same breath go, look, Steve, you can't marry Mike, okay? You're a guy. He's a guy. You can't do that. That's against my morals. You got to, if you're for liberty, you got to be for it. You got to prove it. You got to be for it all the time. You know what I mean? You can't just pick and choose when it's convenient to you. So, you know, when I think about my own political position, I can't help but think that I'm right, because I want to do the least harm to anyone in all cases at all times. Non-aggression principle, libertarianism 101. Do no harm to anyone. Commit no acts of aggression to anyone at any time, save for in the defense of property and other people's liberty and your own liberty. But like in general, the way you conduct yourself at all times, do what you can to do not commit acts of aggression against other people. That means you don't take their money by force, whether it's asking the state to do it or you doing it at the point of a gun. You don't tell people what they can put in their bodies, whether it be a substance that you disagree with, whether it be, something that's outside what would be normal, and so it's a self-regulating system too. Like what's in vogue right now? What are we talking about? What's a big hot button issue of the day? Well, cuties. Netflix. Well, so it's a self-cleaning oven, because here's the thing. If you think that just because I have the non-aggression principle, you can now look at little kids in a inappropriate way, well, you're stealing their property by doing that. Their innocence is their property. They possess that until which time they become an adult. I think a conservative is against state-permitted marriage of anyone. Marriage is a function of the church. Licensing it is anti-liberty. Jim Cox. Well said. And in fact is, yeah. The state should not be involved in marriage. There is a sticky situation, though, with that. I agree wholeheartedly with that principle. But the sticky situation is because finances get combined, right? See, the way you phrase that, Chuck, tells me that you're a Ron Paulite. Because that's something that Ron Paul used to say all the time. The state should get out of the marriage business. He used to say that all the time. Taxation is theft. It really is. It really is. It really is. Guys, I can't stress enough. You're making me want to listen to authorities. Sticky situation. No, but for real, like that. My daughter printed this out and brought this to me the other day. It's a picture of Thomas Jefferson, and she wrote that on the bottom. This is how my daughter brought it. It's a piece of fucking duct tape stuck to my wall. No, but for real, taxation is, in fact, theft. I never really followed Ron Paul. Well, that's something he used to say all the time. So here's the thing. Here's why it's theft. I'll go even one step further. I'm going to get controversial here. You ready for the controversy? Should we watch some Ayn Rand? Oh, Mr. Bancroft, I can only get so erect. But I'll tell you what, I would love to watch some Ayn Rand. Problem is there's no real good video of her. There's some interviews and such. And what's interesting about Ayn Rand's, hey, what's up, Skits? Skits is here. What's interesting about Ayn Rand is she grew up in communist Russia, dude. She knew what authoritarianism really was. What it really was. What it really felt like to live under nasty, murderous communism. You read the anthem in middle school. Damn. So, dude, Atlas Shrugged, I have an audiobook of it. It takes for fucking ever to listen to, but it's so good. And it's so, like, poignant. But, like, so I'm going to say something really controversial, okay? I'm going to go a step further. Taxation is not just theft. There's many forms of taxation, but particularly, the most egregious and most immoral of all taxation is the taxation on labor. The principle behind labor in general is a concept that everybody needs to get their fucking head around. When you get paid from an employer for laboring for them, you are not profiting. That is not a form of profit. So for someone to say they can lay claim to currency that you've exchanged for time, right? Time and sweat and using the talents imbued within your meat husk that you've developed. Give me the fruit of your labor. It's not fruit. That's the thing. Labor is an even exchange. It is a one-to-one. Every human being on this planet gets a different rate of exchange for their time. Why? Because, well, some people get the same, but, you know, there's a range, right? You have different sets of skills. You've negotiated a better deal. You bring more to the table, right? So you've made a voluntary contract with another entity that I'm going to give you some time of mine, and you're going to give me some currency. And that currency is a one-to-one exchange. It's not profiting. Switch of definition in income is a bitch. From my understanding, income was only for money the business made, not wages. Right. I'm laboring at work right now. Damn. So if you make $20 an hour, right, for every hour you spend, you get $20 of a fiat currency given to you by the company or other entity you've made that agreement with. If another person, less well trained, maybe doesn't have as much experience as you, is a more of a junior level person, they get $16 an hour to do the same work. Well, the output's not necessarily the same because you have more skills. Maybe yours is more efficient. Maybe your work product is better, whatever. Or maybe you have seniority, so you get paid more. Regardless, not important to the thing. Not important to the discussion. The point is, even though you guys do the same work, you have seniority, you maybe have better skills, you get paid a couple dollars more an hour. You haven't profited against the other person. You both have an equal one-to-one exchange of time to currency. Because, here's the thing, the most important principle to understand about this whole idea is when you're born onto this planet, when you fall out of your mother's womb and they cut the cord and you begin to draw breath, right? Even before then, but let's just start it from there. We'll start it from there, just as an easier point. The second you draw breath, your days are numbered. You have an intrinsic value built in to yourself in the form of time. It is undefined and finite. You have no idea how much of that you have. It is a scarce, precious, irreplaceable resource that, when squandered, is a great loss. It's a huge loss. It's a huge loss. So, what's up, Zaid Comics in the house? So because that resource is so precious, undefined, and finite, you need to spend your time honing skills that you may possess or that you may need to learn, you may need to develop in order to maximize the return on the exchange of that time and labor in the form of currency. So when you do work, the work of your hands, the labor, right? When you work, all you're doing is taking the time that's imbued within this vessel and pouring it out into another vessel, right? You've taken 1 hour of your stored time for which you have no idea how many of those hours you have left, and you are pouring them out into a fiat currency, which is given back to you. So you're just exchanging one unit of measure for the other. And that fiat currency can now be exchanged with others for goods and services and food and, shelter and all that other stuff. So you've peeled off some of your life energy. I don't want to drive a Fiat, right? You've peeled off some of your life energy, a finite, irreplaceable, undefined amount of resource, right? Poured it into another vessel at a 1-to-1 ratio. And now you can use it to get things you need to survive. Now, here's the thing. Here's the controversy, right? To me, taxation is not, and I say taxation, well, let's be quite specific. Taxation on labor is not just theft. You ready? Here we go. Taxation on labor is a form of slavery. Slavery. I use that word specifically and intentionally. Because what is a slave? What is a slave? A slave is someone who is trapped, who must labor for the benefit of someone else against their will. And people will say, well, you don't have to work. Okay. Sure. You do. You do. Unless you're going to be any human being that wants to fight to survive must work, must labor. You have to labor. So if that's the case, the state says to us, the average citizen, the state says, well, citizen, you do work. I have a claim to 30% of whatever you exchange your life energy for. I'm going to take 30% of that right off the top, right when you get it. Wait a minute. I'm exchanging my life force for another, pouring my life force into another vessel. Why do you get 30% of that? Because I'm not profiting in any way. I'm acting and providing a service, laboring, and dumping that time into another container. Why do you have a claim to that? Well, if they do have a claim to it and they purport to have a claim to it, try not paying your taxes. Men will show up with a gun and drag you off and put you in a cage. So they very much believe they have a claim to it. So that means whatever that percentage that they claim you owe them upon laboring and pouring out your life energy into another vessel, whatever that percentage is how much of a slave in percentage you are to the state. So if it's 30% tax on your labor, you are 30% a slave to the state. 30%. 1/3 of you is a slave. Because let's be honest. People say, well, you don't have to work. You don't have to labor. Yes, you do. Birds can fly around and forage bugs and seeds. Wild dogs can kill rodents. Wild cats can do the same. Bugs can eat plants, right? Fish can eat bugs and other fish. But the human being needs to labor to feed itself. Whether you live in an agrarian society where you grow your own food and you have to grow it and care for it, harvest it, and then eat it. Still needs to be done, right? So all I would say is this frog in a pot situation where we've all been conditioned to believe that we owe the state taxes on our labor. It's disgusting. It's filthy. It's horrific. Now, I'd be much more amicable towards paying sales tax, right? You buy a good or service. You buy a good or service. You're not trading, you're buying. You spend some currency on pizza. You've now conducted commerce. You've taken some of that exchanged life energy and through the stable society that exists made a deal with someone who makes pizza, and they've given you that pizza. I am more open to paying tax on that than someone taking tax out of your labor directly. Living off the land leads to different tax. Yeah, exactly. I'd murder a pizza right now. Fuck yeah, dude. You know, capital gains and corporate tax. You know, there's a great argument to be made. You know, you conduct business in a free society, one that's stable and, you know, protects itself and the citizens and the property that the citizens possess. So you're literally, as you conduct business and you pay a corporate tax, you are helping to fund that stable society. You know, it's an interesting concept, and you know, a lot of people make that concept or that point. I'm way more willing to entertain that idea than, hey, you just worked 18 hours. I'm going to take 30% of what you got for all that work you did, when all you did was spend your time and exchange that for that currency. I'm not on board with that idea. So the more we can educate people to realize that labor is not something that should be taxed, because any percentage of tax on labor makes you a slave, makes that percentage of you a slave. And that's not cool. We abolished slavery for a reason, because it's repugnant and disgusting. And no human being should be under the rule of another human being. Period. Doesn't matter where you're from, what your customs are. If you have a king or a queen that can end your life, well, that needs to stop. Because we're all humans with a finite amount of time to spend on this planet. And fuck anyone and everyone else who would want to take that from you by force through taxation. You're 1100% a slave. If you don't pay, they'll take your shit and lock you up. Yeah. 100% a slave. Yeah, no, I got what you mean. Common law was that the king or the government could only tax you on your property only if it's of sufficient size and you use it as your primary source of monetary income, like a large plantation. Well, and see, therein lies the difference, right? Right, Felix? I mean, a plantation is a big business, and it is, you know, the individual farmer who's running the plantation. If the farmer pays himself, right, out of the profits of his labor, pays himself $100 an hour to drive the tractor, to pick the, you know, whatever. Let's say it's a cotton plantation or tobacco plantation. The government shouldn't be able to tax that hourly rate that farmer pays himself. But then when the tobacco is harvested, or the cotton is harvested and it's brought to market, well, now you're subject to market forces, right? How much is the price of cotton for the day, or tobacco? Fluctuates goes up and down based on scarcity. You know, laws of supply and demand. So one day for a bushel or whatever, a bundle of, let's say a bundle of tobacco might yield you, let's say, I don't know, big bundle of tobacco is like $1,000 one day. And it's 800 the next, because 19 people harvested that day, and you know, they're all trying to sell at the same time. So because of supply and demand, the cost of your tobacco crashes. Well, you're dealing with something that isn't labor. So, you know, should that be taxed? I'm more open to it. I don't like it, but I'm more open to it. As long as you're not taxing people's labor, the physical act of using your body and spending time to complete tasks and getting currency based on the agreement you've made with another entity. That should not be taxed ever, at any rate. Period. No room for discussion. Would never concede that, would never give an inch. Not something that I can even discuss about giving ground. So you always have people like, well, what if, try to posit some theories to you. And it's like, nope, I'm not giving an inch on this, because taxation on labor is absolutely, unequivocally slavery. There's no two ways about it. What time is it? Almost 11? Fuck, I'm tired, guys. Ugh. Damn. I didn't want to be this tired this early. Shit. Kind of fading, actually. All this heavy big brain shit. You guys got me on this rant here. No pizza delivery day. Too much of a hazard for drivers. Sad. Sad day. Wanted pizza. That's a shame, brother. Sorry you're not able to get your pizza. It's a bummer. That's an absolute bummer. What are we at? Hour and 45. All right, we'll go to 2 hours. We'll go to 2 hours and we'll cut off the stream for the night. And I'll try to get a decent night's sleep, and I'll be super sharp for colorist Gavin Collab tomorrow morning. Was able to talk Carla to come into coming on too, so we'll have Carla Tornielli on there. Maybe Vinny Tardamella, maybe Simon. Michael Beacon. Myself. And we're going to talk about light sources. We're going to talk about how to find the light source when you're going to start coloring. The air quality up here in Portland is very unhealthy with the fires. Yeah, Jim, dude, I don't envy you, brother. I don't envy you at all. That's a rough thing. I'm seeing videos of people getting caught, though. People getting caught with gas cans and shit. Fucking incendiaries and, like, lighting these fires. Closest I'll say is between Scotsman and Narwhal. Nice. Nice. Well, I'm SoCal. I am like Like an hour and 50 minutes away from Mexico. Put it that way. Just under a couple hours from Mexico border. Not trying to get the docks. Was just wondering if was a fire thing or like Rochester, New York thing. Oh yeah, that Rochester, New York shit. Fuck that. That shit made me angry, dude. I imagined myself, right? I thought, okay, let me put myself in these people's shoes. If I was sitting there with my lovely wife, Mrs. Scotsman, and my babies are there with me, my little boy and my little girl. Say it was a few years ago. They were young, because right now they're 14 and 15. Yeah, I have a 15-year-old boy, which is nuts. But let's just say they were little, like 5 and 7 or something like that. And some humongous black dude comes up saying, if you don't give us our shit, we're going to shut this down. And some fat little, stubby little Antifa bitch in black bloc walks up and literally just grabs a plate and shoves it across the table, knocks over a bunch of glasses right onto one of my kids. That would be sticky situation. Yo, what up, Oli? Mr. Oliver? Because what are you going to do? You just got to flee, man. You got to flee. You got to get the fuck out of there. What are you going to fight? There's 100 people out there. Not to mention the black dude that was there was fucking probably 6'6", 6'5". I don't know. Fuck that. I ain't trying to get into no nasty knockdown, drag out fight. What happens? You get into a fight and someone sucker punches you from the side, which is almost always what happens. And you get knocked down in front of your kids. Like how humiliating would that shit be? Fuck that too. Not interested in any of that. So that Rochester, New York situation fucking infuriated me. It's to the point now. I hope Elijah Riot has some security. It's to the point now where I don't know, man. I just wonder if there's a way back from this. Is this just the way things are going to be going forward forever now? I can't help but think that that can't be the case. We can't give up that quickly. We just can't. It's just not. I don't know, man. We got to push back against this shit. Things are getting weird. People getting ultra violent. You got white supremacists, you got black supremacists, you got all these crazy supremacists starting shit with everybody with the silver tongue. Yeah, right? I don't know, man. Fuck, it's scary, man. Somebody comes into a restaurant where I'm with my wife and my children, and they kick over my drinks, knock over my shit. My first instinct would be to fucking just get into a nasty brawl. But you can't get knocked out in front of your kids, because it may happen. You can't let that happen. It'd be terrifying for them. Don't ever put your kids in that situation where they have to feel afraid. You gather them up and you get out. You go out an emergency exit. You go out, whatever you can, however you can get out of there, you get the fuck out of there. You don't stand and fight. Also, if you run from a mob, it's not a good thing. Oh yeah, you have to walk away calmly, because it triggers their flight or their chase. You know, because these little fuckers are predators, man. There's no question about it. They're predators. They see you running from them, they're just gonna chase. I've already seen what happens to people that retreat from them. They don't leave them alone. They follow them for a half a mile with their bullhorn. I don't know. Kind of to the point where, like I said, it's time to start introducing some of their gray matter to oxygen. That's a skillful way of saying it's time for people to start shooting these fucking people in the head. You know? Because these people are literally offer no benefit to society. They're just utter fucking trash. I haven't seen the unbagging video of Red Rooster book 2. Should check it out. It's on the channel. It's doing quite well, actually. It's a good video. I think it's I think I said exactly what I wanted to say. I don't think I left anything out that I didn't want to say. So it's it's gonna get me on a rant again. I don't want to do another rant. All right, we got 7 minutes left in stream. Why are you open like that? All right, we're just gonna. These fucking guys. All right. Seven minutes is enough for a good rant. Well, my video is 14. But I don't know. The way I parcel out my ideas over the course of 14 minutes, to me, I don't know, doesn't make it feel like it's 14 minutes. But I don't know. Let's see, what is it out right now? Okay, go into my channel. It has Damn. I don't see it. Well, I'm out of gas. I'm tired of shit. So, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you for hanging out. It's only been a couple hours, but I need to get some sleep. I'm really fucking tired. But don't forget, tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Colorist Gavin collab, episode 4. It's all going to be about light sources, how to derive your light source, how to read the inks, how to understand where the light's coming from. That'll be tomorrow. So tune in for that. I'll apart from that, appreciate you. We'll give you some applause because that's what we do. And then we give you one up. Right, you got one up, and maybe some pretend you're bouncing your head into a brick. Yes. Yep. And then you fell and died. It's a shame. All right. You need that one up? Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much. And I will see you in the morning. Like, what is it, 9 hours from now? 9.5 hours? 10 hours? I don't know. Whatever. Like 10 hours from now. Anyway, take care. Love your faces. I'll see you tomorrow.